Have you ever wondered what it takes to change the world? Is it raw genius, a lucky break, or is it something else, something hidden in the daily grind? Today, we're diving deep into the mind of a man who electrified our planet, Nikola Tesla, and uncovering the bizarre, almost unbelievable daily routine that fueled his world-changing inventions. This wasn't just a schedule, it was a system for genius. Stick around because some of these habits are so strange, you'll question if they're even real. Let's start with his sleep, or rather, his lack of it. Tesla claimed he slept for only 2 hours a night. 2 hours! He often worked in his lab from 10:30 a.m. until 5 a.m. the next morning, pushing the limits of human endurance. He called this a polyphasic sleep schedule, taking short naps throughout the day to recharge. While most of us would be zombies, Tesla believed this was the key to unlocking more productive hours. He once worked for 84 hours straight in his lab, without any rest. He said ideas would flood his mind, and he couldn't bear to stop the flow. This intense dedication, this sacrifice of rest, was the first pillar of his extraordinary life. But when he did work, how did he do it? This is where it gets really interesting. Tesla was a master of visualization. Before he ever built a single component, he would construct entire machines in his mind. He'd run them, test them for weaknesses, and even disassemble them. All within his imagination. He claimed he could perfect his inventions mentally, down to the smallest detail, before ever touching a tool. This mental workshop saved him time, money, and materials. It was like having a supercomputer simulator inside his own head. He didn't just think of an idea. He lived it, breathed it, and perfected it in a virtual world that only he could access. This ability to visualize with such clarity was arguably his greatest superpower. Now let's talk about his physical habits, which were just as peculiar. Tesla was obsessed with walking. Every single day, he would walk between 8 and 10 miles. He saw this not just as exercise, but as a crucial part of his creative process. He often had his biggest breakthroughs, his eureka moments, while walking. The rhythmic motion, the fresh air, it was all part of his method for clearing his mind and allowing new connections to form. He would often walk in city parks, lost in thought, letting his subconscious do the heavy lifting. For Tesla, a stroll wasn't just a stroll. It was a mobile brainstorming session. And his diet, it was as disciplined as his work schedule. Tesla was a firm believer that food was fuel for the brain. He ate only 2 meals a day, meticulously avoiding overeating, which he believed clouded the mind. He was largely vegetarian, focusing on foods like milk, bread, honey, and vegetable juices. He was convinced that this diet enhanced his mental clarity and energy levels. But here's the quirky part. He had an obsession with calculating the cubic volume of his food before he ate it. If he couldn't, he would lose all appetite. He also had a fixation on dining alone. He felt social dining was a distraction from the important process of eating and thinking. His precise, calculated approach to food mirrored his approach to engineering. Perhaps one of Tesla's most famous quirks was his obsession with the number 3, and numbers divisible by it. This went far beyond simple superstition. He would walk around a block 3 times before entering a building. He would use 18 napkins, a multiple of 3, to polish his dining utensils until they gleamed. He would stay in hotel rooms with numbers divisible by 3. He believed that the numbers 3, 6, and 9 were the keys to the universe. He famously said, "If you only knew the magnificence of the 3, 6, and 9, then you would have a key to the universe." While some dismiss this as obsessive-compulsive behavior, others believe it was tied to his understanding of universal mathematics and energy frequencies. For Tesla, these numbers weren't random. They were a fundamental code of creation. Beyond these routines, Tesla had a profound connection to nature, specifically pigeons. Yes, pigeons. He would spend hours every day feeding the pigeons in the parks of New York City. He didn't just feed them. He claimed he could communicate with them. He would bring injured pigeons back to his hotel room to nurse them back to health. There was one particular white pigeon he claimed to love, as one would love a human being. He said that as long as he had her, he had a purpose in his life. The night she died, he set a light brighter than anything he'd ever produced in his lab, filled his room, and he knew his life's work was finished. It's a strange and touching story that reveals a softer, more mysterious side to the solitary genius. Hygiene was another area of intense focus. Tesla was a germaphobe. Long before it was common, he washed his hands constantly and avoided shaking hands with people. He insisted on having everything around him spotlessly clean. This wasn't just about health. He believed that physical purity was linked to mental purity. A cluttered or dirty environment, in his view, would lead to a cluttered and unproductive mind. This extreme cleanliness was another layer of control in his highly structured world, designed to eliminate any and all distractions from his work. So, what can we take away from all this? Was Tesla a genius because of these strange habits? Or were these habits simply the eccentricities of a brilliant mind? I believe it's a bit of both. His rigid routine, his obsessive focus, his unique methods of thinking and living, they all created an environment where his genius could flourish without distraction. He didn't just have ideas. He built a life system designed to capture and perfect them. He sacrificed conventional comforts, social norms, and even sleep, all in the relentless pursuit of knowledge and invention. His life teaches us that greatness isn't just about having a brilliant idea. It's about the discipline, the sacrifice, and the unwavering dedication to build a routine that allows that idea to change the world. Tesla's story is a powerful reminder that the path to extraordinary achievement is often unconventional. It's about finding what works for you, no matter how strange it might seem to others. From 2 hours of sleep to mental engineering and talking to pigeons, Nikola Tesla's routine was a testament to a man who lived entirely on his own terms. And in doing so, he gave us the future. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey into the mind of a true visionary. What do you think is the most surprising part of Tesla's routine? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video and want to explore more stories of the minds that shaped our world, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. We'll see you in the next one.